Hello, and welcome back to another episode of the MMO Sleep. We're sleeping through podcasting bros. Welcome in. It is quite the day to talk, yap, get it all out there, and all that good stuff. And today we have a good topic for today. Hope everybody is doing well on whatever day I upload this on. Got my coffee here, got my soda juice, you know what I'm saying? All of my drinks available, a little bit of water as well, as I am very much a drinker, not much of an eater. No protein this time, but I do have community coffee beans this time. Been running that Dunkin' train lately, but these community coffee beans, I'm digging them. You know, I think to a certain level, to a certain extent, they're making me more, I don't know, community driven, you know, maybe more social, if you will. So that's the thing. That's good, right? That's what they want. That's what the world wants, right? I don't know if it's what I necessarily need at this point, but it is what the world wants. So we are indulging. We're doing what we can to indulge in the right way. But yes, that sort of bakes into what I want to talk about today. Today, you see by the title, we're talking about delusions and being delusional and whether or not you should decide to be delusional. Spoiler alert for the end of the episode. Yes, do it. Be as delusional as possible. You know, just think whatever can happen, 100%. You know, allow yourself to think that everything's collapsing in on you if it actually is collapsing in on you. But basically, the moral of this all is to just believe in your own power, in your own strength of knowledge and of wisdom. You know, because we all have some powerful shit baking within our consciousness. I'll tell you that. Some strength and powerful shit right between your ears, right? But let me get into gameplay here real quick as we've done our intro and all that shit. Right here is basically the best version 1 area to grind. And this is also Metal Slime Time. Metal Slime Time. Which of course is kind of not even a thing on the game anymore. Because on these 3 servers, and of course 9 and 10, which are the beginner servers, Metal Slimes will just always appear when you are fighting enemies now. Instead of just being in a 30-minute period every 2 hours or so, like they used to be before the March update, which I believe happened the 25th here. They will now just always spawn. So yeah, very good spot to grind here. Just get some metal slimes in, get some giant bugs in. They do drop good armor too. Good level, I believe, 96 armor over here. So very, very nice stuff that they're gonna drop. Have you guys able to get your good old strength build, get a good old warrior or a demon man of sword variety, all that good stuff. If you grind here enough. So take stock, take note if you do play this game. Jump over to good old Global Desert West, Oasis Cavern, if you're looking for a spot to warp to. And join me on the grinding fields. This is a fun part to do with this game. So it's my little guide section, I suppose. And I'm deciding to be delusional and say that somebody actually needed that guide, and somebody who doesn't play this game probably as much as me needed to know where to go to do that. But yes, I think a lot of times, man, we stop ourselves mid-flight, mid-quest, mid whatever the fuck you're thinking about, task, you know, journey, ask, just because we really doubt our own power. And I want to tell you, man, as a human traveling through the human existence and the human experience, you have a lot of power just like I have a lot of power, right? We're both powerful individuals. We need to realize what the world really has for us, you know, unlocked, festered, you know, quaking and baking. And it is a lot. It is quite a bit that is just cooking in there, like I said. And all it takes is for you to reach out and grab it. Now that's the main thing. The whole reaching out and grabbing it, to me at least, feels forceful, feels deceitful, feels evil in a way, but there's always a good, heartful way to do it. The problem is that the good, heartful way to do it takes way too fucking long as compared to the just fucking taking of it, and nobody's gonna care. That's the thing, man. That's the horrible thing about the world and life. Nobody's gonna be like, oh, he did it, but he did it so nobly and sacrificed and did it the right way, so it's way better than this other guy who did it in like 5 fucking seconds. And it's just right up there. And you know, because it doesn't really matter. It matters what you do with it once you get it, you know, because the person who did it in deceitful ways, they could turn over a new leaf, and then they could, you know, really help some people with their platform. And the person who took forever to do it, they could get real resentful just because it took so fucking long. And then when they get the power, it really shows where their true colors lie. It's like, oh shit, I knew we shouldn't have given him this power. Knew this is why it was taking so fucking long, because he was actually an asshole. So it really doesn't matter, right? Your methods, nobody's really gonna look at them because nobody's really looking at you until, of course, the whole the quake over happens, and then, you know, suddenly people can't stand to not look at you, essentially. But yeah, you have to be delusional to get there in the first place. Either way, you know, either way you want to do it. You want to do it the happy-go-lucky way, or you want to do it the evil, deceitful way and just take things from people. Either way, you know. The main thing with it is just being authentic with it. You know, a lot of people battle their demons instead of making friends with them. You know, and we all have demons. You can't just be like, oh, I'm so pure though. My demons, they don't exist. You know, I've never had a bad thought in my life. I'm just ooh, ooh, ooh. No, man. It all happens to all of us. You know, and you gotta realize where your demons lie. See that little double entendre there? Where they lie and where they lie, you know, where they're at and how they deceive you. Because everybody, or not everybody, but, you know, all of your demons at least, your demonic perceptions will try to deceive you. You know, that's just their MO, you know. The angels will try to show you the light, maybe in deceptive ways, but... You know, because nobody's really just going to outright and tell you, this is how to go, Magic Koopa, Mark, this is the way to do it. Nobody's really going to give you a sign like that, you know, except for God, maybe sometimes once in a blue moon. But only if you're really working towards it and accurately making statements, making moves in order for him to give you these kinds of signs. You know, he's not going to just show up for the person sitting in the back eating the fucking Doritos, right? You need something to latch onto. And... once you realize this simple fact of latching and attachment, then once again, guys, it's just a decision. It's just a decision, you know? Like as long as I move, as long as I take an action, as long as I work towards it, and I honestly have a good intention, then there's no way it can fail. You know, there's no bad outcome for this. There doesn't it fucking exist. And you gotta know that it's coming, even though it seems like it's not coming, even though it seems like everything is stacked against you in this goal, in this quest, in the hero's journey. I mean, it really is all in your head, you know, one way or another. Whether you get it or you don't get it, it really is all in your head, you know. I got all these drinks. I can't get away from this coffee though. It's community coffee roast beans. It's a medium roast. I wanted to say community coffee roast or community roast. Jesus, can't even say it. But yeah, these community beans, good coffee, good coffee. I'm a little bit obsessed. I'm not even gonna lie. Which is funny because it's very cheap coffee, but you know, it's whatever. Sometimes you just love the cheap shit. Sometimes you just love the shit that you probably shouldn't love, and that's what you gotta, you know, be delusional about. You know, so a lot of people are going to call your content slop. A lot of people are not going to understand it. A lot of people are going to be like, this is cheap, you know, undercooked bullshit that doesn't matter, you know, just like this coffee. If you like it, somebody else likes it, okay? And I can tell you 110%, you know, I fucking love watching these videos back. I don't know why. Maybe I just love drowning myself in my voice, but I do like just people expounding on topics that mean things to them, you know? And this means a lot to me. I think just this game, you know, having the cosplays, having the gall to do something with such a good platform, you know, and really speaking on things that matter to me, aka life, you know, improving yourself, accepting, understanding the world, in the news cycle. It's stuff that always has mattered to me. I think I've talked about this before, but back in the day, what I used to do with my brother is I used to play video games. We used to have music on in the background sometimes when we're playing like matches and stuff. But then we also used to just um, have the news on, or have like Ray William Johnson on, or look at funny internet famous celebrities doing stupid shit or whatever, And so doing that and being involved in the world at such a young age, in the internet at such a young age, really brought this sort of feeling upon me that these MMOs aren't just MMOs. They are another piece that we can communicate through, right? And in a lot of ways, I feel like it convinced me that our worlds are connected in different ways, in different, maybe not delusional ways. And some could say this is a bad thing. Some could say this is a little bit scare-social. You know what I'm saying? It's a little bit bad to witness and think about things that way. But I understand that your actions and what you do with the knowledge that it's all connected is a lot bigger than just the actual knowledge of it, right? It's like you can decide to be delusional and you can do some bad shit because of it, but it's not the decision to be delusional that made you do the bad shit, right? You can be delusional and you can still be stable in your actions and in your choices. And that's what I view myself as, having this crazy outlook on influencers and just technology in general. That's how I view it, man. It's like it doesn't really have to have a lot to do with going crazy and activated and getting all of your influencers in one little group and blah 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 blah, blah, whatever, and trying to chat to your favorite celebrity or something. It doesn't have to do with that, but it can still be something that you see as connected, So it's like the people that say like all VTubers know each other. It's like, no, they don't really, but to a certain extent, they do. I can agree to that. It's like the theory that MatPat had that all video game universes are connected, which I still think is true and also untrue at the same time. It's a little weird to think about, but yeah, the VTuber universe is really connected, just like the video game universe is really connected. And it's connected in a way that it's not really connected at the same time. Because there's little pockets, but the pockets envelop different pockets, and the pockets got chains to different pockets, and the chains of those pockets turn chains into another pockets. But then, one person may not know this person, but they know somebody who knows this person that knows this person that knows somebody that knows this person. So it's something that you really need to get under your belt and understand that, yes, it is a little bit goofy, a little bit kooky, a little bit crazy to think these ways. But you don't stop yourself from thinking these ways. You stop yourself from actively making the choices that'll allow you to crash out from thinking these ways. You just think that, you just move on with your fucking life, man. You just decide, hey, this is just some thoughts I fucking have. This is it. We're not gonna make wide encompassing, life-altering decisions because of this. I'm just gonna complete my my little slop content, do my non-negotiables, drive towards a goal. We're not gonna speed towards it. We're gonna drive towards the goal, because that's me. And if you are the type of person who's on the road with your fucking lead foot and you just can't stop speeding towards goals, then speed towards your fucking goals, man. I've just never been that person, even with like relationships. I've always loved slowly coming to love someone, and slowly just earning their respect. They earn mine. They understand what I like and what I hate, everything like that. But I understand that kind of style isn't for everybody. And for some reason, it's seen as weak now. It's seen as, wow, what a loser that doesn't, immediately jump in and ask every girl to be his girlfriend. Wow, because he's so afraid, I guess. And you could view it that way, I viewed it that way for a while. No, I really don't. Especially since I've been actively burned by not doing that. It's like, now, how could I view it like that? It's like, well, it's actively been destroyed because I didn't do it the right way. Then, of course, I want to get things right now, and try to do it in a way that makes sense to me. But all in all, I think people need to realize that the world is not a lump sum, agility test. You're gonna fail sometimes. You're gonna win sometimes. But no matter what, if you keep going, be delusional that you can make it. I love you guys. I'll see you next time.